What's up everyone, my name is Abby, I like to read, and I am unhauling a lot of books today. So I am currently running out of room on my shelves, so I went through all of my books and decided if I really wanted to keep it or if I'm just keeping it for, sentimental reasons or the delusion that I'm going to read them someday, but I know I'm not. So I picked out, I think, about 31 books that I don't think I'm ever going to read again or read at all. And so I'm going to go through those books today. Last time I did an unhaul, I sold my books on Facebook Marketplace, and it did pretty well, so I'm going to do that again this time. And so, yeah, let's get started. So I will start with the books that I have read before or have attempted to read. There's a lot. I tend to hold on to all the books that I've read just because it's like, I read it, it's like the congratulatory shelf of all of my completed series, but they take up a lot of room, and so I decided, if I'm never going to read them again, like I have no desire to, then why are they there when someone else could read them? So the first series I was kind of surprised by that I'm letting go is the Legend trilogy. Or actually, I guess there's 4 books now. So I have read the original trilogy, Legend, Prodigy, and Champion, and then this other companion book came out, Rebel, and I have not read this, and I don't think I ever will. So I'm unhauling this series because I really liked it at the time, but I also have the graphic novel version of these, which I might get rid of as well eventually. But I reread the graphic novels, and the series just is kind of, I don't know, typical classic YA. I didn't really like Day the second time I read it. Jude was kind of annoying, so yeah, it just wasn't the same the first time I read it, and so I'm gonna unhaul it. The next 2 books are The Unbecoming of Mara Dyer and The Evolution of Mara Dyer. I think this is a trilogy, and then there's also something about, what is it, Noah? Is it Noah Shaw? Is that his name? Noah? I don't remember his name. I think it's Noah. But I remember kind of liking these books, and I had them on my shelf for such a long time because I was like, I'm gonna reread them and then eventually finish the series. I'm gonna say that for some of these books, but I just have so many new books that I don't think I'm ever gonna get around to actually rereading them and then completing the series, so I think I'm just gonna get rid of them. The next book I kind of was purely keeping based on the beautiful cover, and it's Dearly Departed by Leah Habel. Oh, this is by Michelle Hodkin. I don't think I said her name. And then the Legend trilogy is by Marie Lu. But yeah, I just like this cover. It's so pretty. This is, I think, about zombies. And then there's, I think it's a duology. Actually, it should have been a trilogy, but I think the 3rd book never came out. So I think it's a duology, but I remember it being decent, but I was only keeping it for the cover, so I figured that's dumb. I should just get rid of it. The next few books are contemporaries. I got rid of a lot of my contemporaries and contemporary standalones because I'm just not a huge standalone person. I would rather have a series that I can kind of continue with the characters, watching them grow. I love character growth and development through a series. That's like my favorite thing about reading. And so standalones and contemporaries, they just don't really do it for me. So I don't really remember much about these books, but I have My Life Next Door by Huntley Fitzpatrick. I have 2 Sarah Dessen books, Along for the Ride and The Truth About Forever. I have Me Since You by Laura Weiss. Consumed by J.R. Ward. Fault Line by C. Deser. The Shadows Between Us by Trisha Lattenzeller. This is not a contemporary. This is a standalone fantasy. Would you call it fantasy? It was okay. It was like hate to love, or like enemies to lovers. Person trying to get the king to fall in love with her and then to kill him. But it's so short. I feel like we didn't see, like, I would have rather it been drawn out into a series, like to really see the development. It was just so short. It wasn't really as believable as I wanted it to be. And then I have The Book of Broken Hearts by Sarah Auckler and The Beginning of After by Jennifer Castle. This is also, I think, a standalone fantasy. A Temptation of Angels by Michelle Zink. I don't remember a ton about this book. Obviously, angels are involved, but I don't think I'm ever going to read it again. So that was it for the standalones. And then I also have A Song of Wraiths and Ruin by Roseanne A. Brown. I attempted to read this a couple times, and I liked the point of view of, what's her name, Karina, but not Malik. I was reading it, I listened to it on Audible. I was trying to get into it on Audible, and I don't know if his character, I don't remember his age, but he seemed a lot younger, and I just didn't really like his point of view, and that's like half the book, and so I just really couldn't get into it. The next two books are The Immortal Rules and The Eternity Cure by Julie Kagawa. I've read this one twice. I read it and then reread it and then read this one. I like this one. This one, I felt like not a lot happened really through the entire book. I don't really like where the storyline's going. I don't really like the love interest. And I was waiting for the third book to come out in paperback. The series is not new, but for some reason the paperback version of the third book only came out in May of 2021. And I just wasn't feeling it, so I didn't want to buy that book and then read it because I just didn't want to. So, and then the next two books are Apollyon and Cential by Jennifer L. Armentrout. I'm only getting rid of these two books because I ordered them on Amazon and then the package got lost. So there's an option to send a replacement, and then the replacement and the original package showed up. So I have two versions of these books. So I am going to sell these. The next four books are Outcrate books. I'll show you the ones that I have read or attempted to read first. So the first one is Bone Crier's Moon by Catherine Purdy. It really hurts me to get rid of books with bright edges because they're so pretty. But I don't think I'm ever gonna continue on with the series. It wasn't a terrible book. I think I somewhat enjoyed it. Do I have a review on this? I think I might. It wasn't a bad book, but looking back, I just didn't like the ending of, I could tell where the story was gonna go in the second book, and I didn't like it. So I just don't want to read the second book. The next one is The Kingdom of Back by Marie Lo. Do I also have a book review on this one? I don't remember. Also Sprite Edges, so sad. But I really did enjoy this. This really felt like a middle grade read, and I don't know, I like older characters when I'm reading books, so it just really wasn't for me. I also like romance in a book. No romance in this book, so not for me. The next book is the book that I attempted to read and just couldn't get into it, and that is Where Dreams Ascend by Janella Angelis. The summary of this book sounds really good. I like circus things. It's like a magical fantasy book, but I just couldn't get into it. I didn't really like the love interest. I thought he was kind of annoying. So yeah, and I don't like this cover either because I didn't get the Outcrate second version of this, and so if I were to get the other version, like the actual version, it wouldn't match, and I just don't think I'm gonna have time to read it. So alright, now we're into the books that I have not read, but I went through my TBR, read all the summaries, and these are the ones that didn't really appeal to me. So the first one is Horrid by Katrina Leno. This is also the Outcrate version, and I'm not really into the whole horror books, like scary haunted things. So yeah, this is I don't know, there's a haunted house, I'm guessing, and it just doesn't really appeal to me. Then I have Cursed by Frank Miller and Thomas Wheeler, and this is a really heavy book. There's illustrations, which is kind of cool. This is also a TV show, but the text is so big. Maybe that's why this book is so big. I got this at Barnes & Noble, 50% off, but gosh, this book is so heavy. But I don't know. I don't think I'm ever gonna read it. I don't know why I picked it up. I don't know if I'm a huge Arthurian, is that the right word? Arthur retellings. I think that's what this is, so I don't think I'm gonna read it ever. Then I have The Glass Spare by Lauren DeStefano. The rest of these, I don't have much to say about them. Read the description, didn't appeal to me, so I'm getting rid of them. The Bird and the Blade by Megan Bannon. And then The Last Magician by Lisa Maxwell. Then I have Wicked Saints by Emily A. Duncan. Originally, I was getting rid of this because I have the Outcrate version, so I was keeping that, getting rid of this. But I'm wondering now if I should just get rid of both, because apparently she's not a great person, so who knows if I'll ever read this. So that is it for this unhaul. I'm sorry if you guys like these books and I didn't. It's just my opinion, I'm sorry. But if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Comment down below which one you're really mad at me for getting rid of because I didn't enjoy it or don't want to read it. Subscribe if you want to see more content, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys. Um, 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 um,